Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, if you are a financial accounting student preparing for your F3 paper, in that case, this video is going to be useful for you. So, in this video, we will solve chapter 3 quiz, and this is from the ACCA Study Hub. Remember? So, we will solve the chapter 3 quiz together in this video. So, watch the video till end. If you have any confusions and queries in the chapter 3, you can drop me in the comment box or any of my social media account. So previously we have solved chapter 1 and 2 again. In case you have missed out this video, you can access it from the playlist available on my YouTube channel at free of cost. No any subscription, no any membership that you need to pay. So hurry up guys, check out my playlist and don't forget to subscribe my channel for more video like this. So let's start the today video, and that's a chapter 3, and this is from the chapter 3. Let's start. Yeah, the first question is which one of the following is not one of the key objectives of the International Sustainability Standard Board, ISSB? We have given 4 options: to develop a standard for a global baseline for sustainability disclosure. Second, to meet the need of government and the other stakeholder interested in monitoring a business contribution to the climate change. Third, to enable company to provide comprehensive sustainability information to the global capital market. Last, to meet the information need of the investor. See, you have gone through the chapter of Study Hub, there they have mentioned the objective of the ISSB, that's your International Sustainability Standard Board, and ISSB mainly focus on that, like in providing a global baseline for the sustainability disclosure, and it's only focused on to help the investor and also enabling clear as well as comparable information for the capital market and facilitating interoperability with the other reporting framework like for the local government. Okay, so the main goal is to help investor, not the government, not the general public. Okay, so it makes global rules to help companies share clear useful sustainability informations with the people who invest money. Look at the first option, that's to develop a standard for the global baseline of sustainability disclosure. This sentence is exactly copy paste from the chapter 1. So if you have gone through the chapter, you have read this point as well. So basically this is correct. Why? Because ISSB want to create one global set of rules for the sustainability reporting, so company around the world can follow the same standard. All right, so next we have B, to meet the need of government and the other stakeholder interested in monitoring business contribution to the climate change. So basically ISSB focus is mainly for the investor and the financial market, not for the government, not for the general public. Okay, so it just want to help companies report sustainability information clearly as well as globally, so that investor can make a better decision. Okay, so then next we have a to enable company to provide comprehensive sustainability information to the global capital market. This is also correct. Why? Because obviously ISSB help company to give complete picture and all the useful information to the people who are going to invest in the global financial market. Then next we have to meet the information needs of investor. This is again correct. Why? Because the ISSB main objective is to help investor to understand the sustainability risks as well as opportunity, so that they can make a smart decision. So again, we are going to back B, which is the not correct option. Why? Because this is not the main goal of ISB. Okay, so this mainly sounds like GRI, if you remember, Global Reporting Initiative. So ISV mainly focus on the investor, not government. Then option B and confirm. Okay, the next we have corporate governance guidance state that financial statements should provide a balanced, unbiased view of how company has performed and its position. Okay, so now question is, to which ethical concept do this requirement relate? Okay, so again let's evaluate the option as you have understand now what question is asking. So the first is objectivity. So what do you think? What do you mean by objectivity? It's mean neutral, fair, not to be biased, right? So when company shows a true and a fair view of its financial statement to the public, so not hiding losses or any like increasing the, I mean, aggregating the profit, that is the objectivity, right? So basically you just can't make the financial statement in the favor of one shareholder, in the favor of one potential investor. Okay, so you need to take the neutral. You need to take the everyone, treat everyone equally. Okay, so that's the objectivity, and that's what the statement is defining. Then next we have professional competence. So what do you think? What do you mean by professional competence? Basically, this means keeping your knowledge, skills up to date. Okay, so it's not about like unbiased and the fairness, okay, of the company positions. So it's not linked with this statement. So that's why it's incorrect. Then next we have a due care, and again it means like working carefully in a responsible manner, not showing a balanced view, right? Not showing about the balance view. So that's why again it's incorrect. And the last one is confidentiality. So it means keeping the any private information up to you, not disclosing to the other party. So again, it's not linked with any unbiased balance. So that's why again it's incorrect. Okay. No. And next we have, what is the objective of the International Accounting Standard Boards? The first option says to harmonize the IFRS with a national accounting standard. So basically, this was an early goal, but not the main one, like the current objective. So ISB creates a global standard, not just to match with the local or the national ones. Okay. Then second, to create a IFRS standard which meet the need of emerging economics. Again, it's incorrect. Why? Because it creates the standard keeping all the countries, not just for the emerging ones. Okay. So it creates a standard for the all the country, and again, this is not the main purpose. And the third one is to develop IFRS standard that bring transparency, accountability, and efficiency to the financial market around the world. So this is correct. And why? Because this is officially as well as main objective of the ISB, because it helps investor, regulator, and other get comparable picture or the clear and trusted financial information. Okay, so ISB is a body that creates IFRS standard used in the financial reporting around the world, so that there will be consistency and comparable in the like financial statement of around the world, right? So it's a correct one. Then next we have to provide forum for the participations by the other interested party that require transparent and comparable information. So again, this is incorrect. Why? It is a part of the process, not the goal. So while ISB does allow public input, like they obviously allow the public input while they are making any standard, but this is not the main objective. This is just the process. Okay. So that's why our option C is correct, because transparency, accountability, and efficiency in the financial market is the core goal mission of the ISB. Question number 4. Which of the following statement concerning the conceptual framework is correct? So I hope you guys remember the conceptual framework where they have defined the meaning of assets, liability, equity, when to recognize, when to de-recognize. Remember? So basically, conceptual framework is a guiding document, right? So it's help in setting the new accounting standard, guiding company when no specific standard applies. So it's give a basic rough idea about the things to be recognized, right? I mean new accounting standard. So when what to include in the financial statement, this conceptual framework also provide guideline on the same, and when and how to recognize the item, as I said, like assets, liability, your equity, and their definition, everything is covered in this conceptual framework. So even in the SBR, so if you forget any standard you don't know, in that case you can draft your answer using this conceptual framework. Even in the mention in the examiner report in the book as well, that in case you forget the standard, no worries, if you remember the conceptual framework, then you can draft your answer according to the conceptual framework. So it's to give a basic idea of regarding any setting standard, how to recognize the element, that's all. So but having said that, the first option is saying it is a IFRS standard. No, it's not a IFRS standard. Basically, it's a guideline for creating and applying IFRS, but not a standard itself. The next we have, it does not define element of the financial statement. It define, as I said, element of financial statement like asset, liability, your income, expense, equity. They have defined every element. Okay, so it should not be does not. They have defined. So it's incorrect again. Third one is, it is specified criteria for recognizing item in the financial statement. Yes, they have specified the criteria for recognizing as well as de-recognizing the items in the financial statement. So obviously, conceptual framework does explain when to recognize item like assets, your liability, right? And so this is correct one. And the last one is, it is specified standard for measurement and disclosure of item in the financial statement. Again, this is wrong. Why? The framework discusses the general concept of the measurement and the disclosure, but it does not set a specific standard. That's a job of our individual IFRS standard, not the conceptual framework. That's why it's incorrect. The next question is, what is the underlying assumption for the preparation of general purpose of financial statement? Okay. So first, what do you mean by underlying assumption? Do you know? So it's basically means what is the basic idea or belief we assume to be true when preparing the financial statement. Okay, so let's look out the option one by one. The first one is accrual accounting. So it means we record so basically, this is not the underlying principle or assumption, but it's a fundamental principle, which means that we record any income or our expenses when they happen, not when we are going to pay or receive cash. Okay, so it's important, but not the main assumptions. The next we have going concern, and yes, this is the main assumption because we assume that business will continue to operate in the future as well, not close down soon. So financial statements are prepared on assumption that it won't to close down in the near term. The next we have materiality. So again, materiality helps to decide what information is important enough to include, but it is not the underlying assumptions once again. The next we have prudence. So prudence means being cautious, not overstating our income or assets, or not to understate our liability or expense, but it's supporting concept, again not the underlying assumption. So final answer is B. And we are done with that. Yes. I hope this video is useful. So stay tuned for the chapter number 4.